My name is Benjamin Beauchemin. I'm a student in York University's Interdisciplinary Studies Master's program. So I research the near extinction of the buffalo from the North American prairies, and I do that from the point of view of the Red River Métis buffalo hunters. So for much of the 19th century, a very large portion of the Red River Métis people were completely dependent on the buffalo as a source of food, clothing, and income. Many people got quite wealthy, and a lot of people did really well from this buffalo hunting economy. But eventually, the demands of the economy outpaced what the resource was able to provide. And by 1882, there was a near extinction, and the market completely collapsed. Part of this was a personal interest. So I'm from Winnipeg, I'm Red River Métis. I'm always more interested in learning about this history. But I also thought that the issues that are spoken to during this era are really timely considering our own ecological situation. I love how much time I've been able to spend with my family during this work. I've learned a lot more about my own family history, but also for research purposes, I've spent a lot of time back in Winnipeg this year. Through some really generous funding from Shirk and the Bennett Family Foundation, I was able to bring my brother and dad on a camping trip for a few weeks. We went to places like Grasslands National Park and Cypress Hills, because I just wanted to sort of be in these spaces that my ancestors were when they were doing these buffalo hunts. I was also able to hire my brother as a photographer for this, so getting to add some of that element to the project too is really cool. And I've also gotten to connect with a lot of my relatives who are also really interested in this history. Some are academics, some aren't, and through these relations, I've been able to slowly build up a bigger and bigger like Métis intellectual community. So it's really nice to go home to that. It's pretty much just close reading of memoirs of the Métis buffalo hunters. So those are my primary sources. I use some historical books to give them context, but I'm really interested in how, on a personal level, people contended with ecological devastation. So I try to pay attention to the language they use, the images that reoccur, how they structure plot, and how all those different artistic devices help them express this experience. So right now I'm just writing the thesis. This entails reading, books of history, books about extinction, books about art and aesthetics. I've also done some archival research at institutions in Winnipeg and Calgary. On a small scale, I think it would be great if these narratives were given more attention in academia. I think they're really brilliant and very timely. But if it wasn't for being assigned them in Professor Jesse Thistle's Métis history course, I never would have even heard about them myself. They're so not looked at or paid attention to, so hopefully that can change. And on a bigger scale, I think we need to start thinking about different alternative economic systems that aren't predicated on perpetual growth because I just don't think there are enough resources to support perpetual expansion without end.